How's it? Today is Tuesday, March 3rd. It is a back squat day with some overhead presses, and today was good. Today was just a strict increase from last week. I think on almost everything that I did today. I'm pretty sure. Back squats, we're going to 92 kilos for 3 sets of 10. That's 3 kilos more than I did last week, and they felt really good. I was trying my best to force that kind of aggressive extension at my lumbar throughout all of the reps. And you'll see that from the first set to the third set, there is this idea that I've been kind of working on, and I think it's going to be helping me moving forward. But you see here, right, this is only 60. This is like the only real warm up weight that I do. But as I get from all the way up to the top, my lower back is extended, my tailbone's kind of sticking up. And then at some point, when my hips pass my knees, kind of going below parallel, my lumbar kind of dips into neutral and then goes all the way into flexion. And there's nothing wrong with that as long as everything else moves well, and the rest of my body feels healthy. But I do think that at some point, if I am a little bit off and I'm unable to get back to that perfect extension position to push up, then some amount of injuries will start to compile and things will start to hurt. And that's kind of what I've been dealing with for a while. I think when I'm thinking about like violently and aggressively pushing this extension, there's an area where if I hadn't gone as low on that single rep of squat or whatever, then that dip back into flexion would not occur. And I think that is a place where I'm going to try to explore a little bit more, because for the back squat, I don't need to go all the way down. I don't ever squat with weight on my back, so it's not the ultimate thing. Oh, here it is. So you see those first 2-3 reps, my lower back doesn't really drop into flexion. It just gets to neutral. And that is where I want to be, because going back to what I was saying is if I cut the range of motion, I don't think I'm going to lose too much. What it will allow me to do is keep my lower back a little bit safer, and hopefully be able to squat more because of that. For like front squat type things, it's going to be a little bit different, a little bit easier to keep my lumbar in kind of a neutral position throughout the entire range of motion, and that's going to be a little bit more transfer, like carry over to my cleans and stuff. So that is going to be an area where I wouldn't want to limit my range of motion. I do think that for the back squat right now, trying to force that kind of aggressive extension is hopefully creating a little bit more flexibility and a larger range of motion kind of at the terminally flexed knee position. And I think that is going to be super important for me moving forward. I feel, maybe I said this last year, whatever, I was dealing with this, but I feel like I'm getting stronger, and my mechanics are getting better at the same time. And that is hopefully what will allow me to push. And maybe I get to 150 for 310s. I don't think so, but it's not impossible. After that, I did my overhead presses, just 2 kilos up from last week, so 42 for 310s, Bulgarian split squats, and then these dumbbell deadlifts here. I did, yesterday I did 315s at 70 pounds, because we don't have a 75-pound dumbbell. And my hamstrings today were very tight. It feels like I feel accomplished, I guess, from yesterday. That's like the reason why I like feeling sore, is that it feels like I've done something the day before that warrants it. And yeah, today I pushed that up to the 3 sets of 18 in hopes of going to 80 pounds next week. So yeah, I think that was I'm very happy with that. I think all of these things together are what are keeping my lower back healthy. I feel like that the deadlifts, the single arm deadlifts, is a super underrated movement for me right now, because it's giving me posterior chain work that I've never had before, and that's going to help with all of my pulling motions for snatch and cleans and stuff. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. I like the way the training is going, and I'm making progress in the way that I want to, and the way that I expect to. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. Shoots.